We'll start it. We've got a live going right now, and then we'll start the oysters here in just a minute, you guys. And then we've got some crab too, and then we got some steamer clams. So I told you guys that I was going to teach you how to do the barbecued oysters. So I've got this set at 375 right now, and then the oysters have had time to squeeze all of their juice out of them. So then we're going to stick them on the bottom grill and wait for them to pop. And then we're going to start steaming our crab because we don't boil our crab. We steam our crab, by the way. Hey, Garrett, welcome in. And we definitely got some crab today. I can hear them all in there gurgling. So we're going to put them into that pot right there. And then you see I don't have a lot of water in there, right? I'm going to load it full of garlic. And then I'm going to put each crab in and we're going to steam them after it starts boiling. So, but right now, we're going to work on the oysters. So let me get that started for you guys. So welcome in, W.H. Hooper. So we're going to be putting some of these guys onto the grill and barbecuing them. So that was the deeper side. Yep, that's the deeper side. Hello, welcome back. So what I'm looking for is for the deeper side of the oyster because I want to set that so that they rack up because that's where most of the moisture is in the oyster at. So, and that's the way we're going to rack them, and the tops will pop easier on them. And that's literally what we're going to do is listen for the tops to pop. But those are some pretty fresh oysters. You almost got to slap those. Okay, there's the first batch. I think we can get a few more in there. Okay. All right, everybody. So the general purpose of smoking an oyster is to try not to burn it too bad. But it does happen. But if you put your smoker on at about 375 or 325, I like 375 because it seems that you can go higher. But I don't like to burn the bottoms of them. So that 325 will get us going on the first batch. And these aren't the real large ones. So these are the smalls. So they should pop pretty quick. Within 10 minutes, I would say. Okay, let me get my tongs. Right here. And of course, the only thing about these grills are is that they cool down real quick, right? So, but it is what it is. But it does burn pretty even. So you can stack up quite a few of these. But like I said, you want to make sure the fat part's to the bottom, everybody.
Is this yours? It's on the road.
Probably. It's probably from this guy. Okay, so I'm just gonna rack them in like so with their bottoms down. And it looks like I'm almost might be able to fit all 2 bushels. And then I'm gonna start steaming that clam or those crabs. because I'm going to want them to drain a little bit too. And then we've got the steamer clams that are being, the recipe's being made up right now. It's a white wine with basil. And we're going to steam those guys up until they pop open. Okay, I got room for a few more. Now, this will make a mess out of your grill because that moisture from the moisture from the oyster is going to pop out. Nice and wet oyster there. And it's obvious when they're done because they'll start popping like crazy. You'll hear a couple here and there, but then you'll hear a whole bunch of them just start going pop, 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 pop. Okay. There's the first batch of oysters on there. And then now what I do is I'm going to go ahead and fire up the Kega, the intergalactic Kega paddle. Oh, I need the. Yeah, I got that. And then I forgot to put my garlic and some of my seasoning in here because they're not going to boil, right? So now what I'm going to do is just steam them. So the tank is not full of water. Okay, so let me go get that. You guys hang out for a second with everybody. There you go. You got to have a lot of people to have a crab feed. And we got that.
There's lake cod and kelp Green Lake. They share the same name. These we call this is the male, this is the female. So when you catch these alive, you take my diamond jig and there's lead here. There's two hooks coming out his mouth. And you just send it down alive, and the lingcod eat it. These guys have like a history of beef. The lingcod hates this fish because this fish eats their eggs when they spawn.
You know a lot.
This is what yeah. So I don't have too many pictures of this.
You don't have rope.
So I have my tank lined. So it's at the first line of this right here. And it's going to get 8 scoops of garlic. Because, like I said, we're just going to steam them. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I don't want to
Showing a recipe, so yeah, they chuckle at me when I do this stuff too. Okay, now the lemon juice, very light. That should do that. Okay, so now I'm gonna go run this back inside. Any questions yet? Yeah, I'm gonna bring it to you right now. Okay, guys, I'm moving you back for a second, and then we'll get this thing fired up. Here's the spoon you use for garlic. Oh, lighter.
That's what I.
Okay, so the most important thing here is that you want to get the lid onto to the boiler. And the reason why is because we want just steam. Woo-hoo. That started quick. Perfect. All right. And then all of these guys down in here, I'm just going to pick up and put into that once I get it steaming. So, and I haven't heard our oysters start to pop yet. Yep. Doing it live.
Nando says hello, Kurt.
Hey, what's up, Nando? Watch out for Bigfoot.
He says, watch out for Bigfoot.
Okay, so I can hear the oysters cooking away, you guys. So how's everybody doing this evening? Because I'm going to go a few more minutes. I'll show you when those oysters pop, and then I'm done. Yeah, the garlic butter we'll put on there at the very, very last. So yeah, that is how I do ours, because that I like the steam flavor of the garlic and just a little bit of lemon. Oh, everybody wants to see what a crab boil. So, okay, let me show you what a crab boil looks like.
So they tell you what.
Yep. Yep. So, okay, so do I have any questions, anybody? All right, well, we'll just let you go ahead and run. I can hear these guys, they're about ready to start popping. And then we'll wait for that to start steaming. And then they've almost got the shallots for the steamer clams, which are these guys. Which are these guys. So they're putting shallots, white wine, and basil, I believe, in that one. And we'll put those on that back burner back there and get those guys cooking up here in a minute too, because all they got to do is just pop. They won't take but a minute. Yeah, these guys will get some butter and some hot sauce on them for sure. And then we have some oysters for oyster shooters, which we'll do afterwards. And I got the absolute perfect topper for that. So we're holding it about 350 on the grill, you guys. And the most important thing is not to open this thing. Okay, that's already starting to steam, and that's going to get really, really hot real fast. Yeah, these guys will be popping. Hey, how much longer until until that clam sauce is ready? Go.
Easy. No. Honey, do you want a chair?
No, I just need to know when those the sauce is going to be ready.
It's like it's done.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're getting the steamer clams ready to go now as well. So yeah, I think you can see just about everything. And then when I put the crabs into steam, I give them 20 minutes instead of the 15 normal, right? And then I got that rack that's sitting right there, that black rack. And I'll literally line those guys up and then I'll crack them and put them into the garbage can. These guys are smelling good. So really, it's a real basic, easy thing to do, right? I mean, if you set it up, if you set it all up right, it's really a simple cookout. Okay, there we go. Is that gonna handle 10 pounds, I wonder?
Beat me.
All right. Look at this goodness, you guys. That's shallots, garlic, and white wine. All right, that's starting to boil. Bottle's over here. All right, let's get that done. All right. I'm glad you guys are all hanging out with each other. That's awesome. Don't forget, everybody, to hit that screen twice and hit the like button. Oh, yeah, that's just about ready. Okay. Who's got the timer? Who- once I call it, they go 15 minutes. They're going to be 20 by the time I get it all in.
Took it, so then good time.
Oh, it's almost ready.
They have their different.
Okay, so we got everything boiling. The shallots and white wine are going. The crab boil's boiling. And then I'm hearing these guys, they're holding at about 360, pretty consistent. And I'm hearing some bubbling going on in there. I want that guy rolling really good. So it's rolling, but it's just not rolling good enough yet. Yeah, it's it's going pretty good. It's going ready. All right, that just started that way. Oh, they're not gonna Yeah, this one's really fast.
I don't want to be in the way of your camera.
Oh, you're not in the way of the camera. Okay. We'll give these guys we're gonna give these guys about 20 minutes. Okay, you want to hit that 20-minute timer? Get it steaming first.
My own camera.
Go.
What?
So now we fired up the juice on that one, and then that one's boiling, and we're going to start adding some or let that wine cook down a little bit, and then these crab are in. As soon as we see that steam come out the top again, boom, 20 minutes. All right. All right, we got 2 people in, huh? Okay. Yeah, it's a bad day to be a crab. All right, let's see if we have any poppers yet. I haven't really heard them. I haven't heard them pop yet, have you? Well, they've only been in for about 15, so. Yeah, waiting for them to pop. I'm boiling them in there.
Check. Look at them. They've been in there 15 minutes.
They haven't popped yet. They're getting close. All right, I just cheated, and they're getting really close. I can see bubbling coming out the sides of them. All right. Well, so that's our style here, coastal wise. How we do a crab boil, seafood boil. Our shallot. Get ready. All right, just shut the shallots and the wine down. Yeah, that thing don't take long to boil, does it? These guys are getting ready. Those guys are getting ready. Gotta get boiling more than that. So those are about ready. Then we'll time that by 20 and we'll be eating some oysters here in a minute. There we go. That's what we're looking for. A little bit more. And then the steamer clams won't take but maybe 3 minutes in that boiling wine. Well, I turn it back up again and let it get to rolling. There you go. Huh? Yeah. I think Matt has the same caterer, doesn't he? All right, everybody. I'm hearing these guys starting to pop. He's popping. I wouldn't touch that. So I think that is almost to a full boil roll stew. There's a lot of crab in there.
Got your stand load red and all pretty much.
Just been rolling around the side of the other shit, like I said. Oh, man. Love that I can go for it. All right, something calling for 20 minutes.
Well, give me
You
the
got a timer? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, she's got a timer on it. I think the first batch of these are popping. Cool, huh? I love barbecue and oysters.
Usually it's 20 minutes after the water comes back to a boil and you throw a bunch of crab and salt with water.
We just snuck out here, or we just snuck out.
Oh, we're all eating in there.
Okay,
They just want to see what a crab boil looked like.
okay. I should just get in here.
So anyway, guys, so anyway, that's it. I think that these guys have probably popped. Yes, they have. Okay, so now this is what you're looking for. If I find my there.
How long is this?
2 years. Wave was 2 years. Yeah, Wild Bill, so that's 5 years. Okay, so now what you're looking for on these guys is exactly this. You see how it's popped? Okay. And now I'm just going to lift it up onto the top. This guy's popped. That guy hasn't yet. Okay. All right, we'll let him go a little bit longer. That one's popped. So I lift them up on the top. And I'll pull this one out and show you guys what they look like. All right. So once they've popped, you would think that they would burn, right? Woohoo! Well, they haven't. These are just delicious. They're a little hot, but that's what they look like. Ooh, yo, yo. That's what they look like once you get them to pop. And then you just cut them off the bottom and put your butter and your garlic on them or whatever seasoning you like. Me, myself, I happen to like them just. Oh, man, that is so. All right, guys. We're going to put on the next batch because those were just right. Okay, good thing they're still in the shell. So that is how you do a barbecued oyster. Yep, these are all perfect. I heard them popping. These are a little bit smaller than I usually barbecue, but it's worth it. So the crab will be ready about the same time that the oysters are. Now I got to get the steamer clams going. And that is how we do a coastal seafood boil, everybody. Okay. And I'll let them hold up here until it's time to bring them in and do some shucking. These ones didn't make too big of a mess either, so So what I'll do is I'll take a picture of a plate for you guys of what they look like on a plate, because I'm gonna go back to cooking and take care of my company. I hope that you guys all enjoyed this. We'll say God sent fishing, happy hooking, and over and out, everybody.